Welcome, basketball fans, to a very special Veterans Day edition of the NBA on 2K Sports. This is Kevin Harlan along with Clark Kellogg and Greg Anthony with Doris Burke reporting on the sidelines. Here at the Staples Center, the fans here in Los Angeles amping up for the Clippers. Guys, when you compare their performance last season to where they sit right now, not a whole lot different story. Not necessarily a big surprise either.
You know, for Los Angeles, I think they've lived up to their billing this season, that's for sure. It doesn't look like they'll be slowing down anytime soon.
Well, they can't afford to. I mean, this is a time of year when you've got to take your game up a notch. As good as they've been throughout the regular season, they've got to get better going forward.
Now a chance, courtesy of Gatorade, all fueled up and ready to go. The starting five on the floor. Taking a look at the 76ers. Freak in a two-guard. Okafor out there with Carl Landry. Then it's Robert Covington, and it's Marshall in at the one spot. The Los Angeles Clippers come into this one following a loss to Cleveland.
And listen, you have to take advantage of the freebies. And on that night, they did not, and that is why they just could not recover.
Exactly. I mean, they left too much cheese at the foul line. And in the end, it mattered on the scoreboard and cost them.
That's also good, so he hits both free throws.
And that's the norm for him. He's pretty much automatic when he's at the line.
Passes to Freak. From deep. Another three for Philadelphia.
How in the world did they let him get that wide open?
And here is Los Angeles now. 6-point game. And this is the first season matchup for them against this 76ers team.
Yeah, an interconference matchup, and these are two teams at different ends of the spectrum as far as the talent is concerned.
Well, you know, they swept the season series a year ago. The expectation is they'll do the same thing again this time around.
Another three for Philadelphia.
4 makes on 4 tries. Everything's falling early. 100% can't do better than that.
Paul kicks to Pierce. Pass to Griffin. And he wills that one in, sinking right through off the back iron.
Really nice way to get your first bucket of the day.
Here's Freak, and it's thrown down hard with both hands.
Ooh, that's as forceful a finish as you're ever going to see out of this guy.
Well, gee, it adds now to their lead in spectacular fashion.
And, you know, that lead's only going to grow if they're not prepared to defend a little more staunchly than that.
Now here's Griffin. Misses the baby hook.
He operates well in traffic, but still, that's just a tough play to finish.
Dishes it to Covington. And Marshall kicks to Freak. Landry, a screen on Paul. Down low. And lots of contact there. Missing the shot. He'll shoot 2.
And with the offense getting right to the rim, at least they saved the layup.
Old school D right there, just telling them no easy layups. It's as simple as that. And that's what you expect from them.
And both free throws good for Landry.
Boy, I tell you what, he does not look like your typical big man up there at the line. He has an excellent stroke and a percentage to match.
Now here's Paul. 17 points for him last game against Cleveland.
And how about the extraordinary display of his passing in that game? He was making all the right decisions and had their offense humming.
Foul call that time on the way up. That'll give him 2 chances at the free throw line here.
Really an extraordinary game for Freak. He already has 13 points, and the three-pointers have been dropping for him. He's got 3 of them.
And you know what, Clark? If you continue to shoot the way he is, he may have to become more of an integral part of their offensive scheme.
And the Clippers making a switch here. Redick is checked in, and the 76ers also making a change. Noel's checked in for Carl Landry. Now we'll go to Doris Burke, who had a chance to talk with head coach Doc Rivers.
Kevin, speaking to him about their game plan, he said it is all about taking care of the ball and not forcing anything. He said the one team that beats us more than any other is ourselves. If we get sloppy on offense, then it'll be a very tough game for us to win. It's something I stress to them before the game. Let's see if they heard the message, guys.
And Doris, appreciate the report. We'll get to see early on here how coaches' focus on their shot selection comes to fruition, guys.
And if they heed their coach's words and really commit to finding the best shot possible each time down, I think they'll be fine.
Teamwork is the secret here. I mean, if they're going to achieve that goal of shooting a high percentage from the floor, they can't do it as individuals.
And here is Paul. Following the three-pointer by Freak, the drive by Paul, and the slam by Blake Griffin.
Wow, what a clever pass that time by Chris Paul.
Philadelphia leading by 9. Out to the right wing. And a wide-open look for Freak. Shot's good. Marshall making the play. Marshall's got 4 assists in the game. The Clippers have gone 4 of 7 from the field, shooting over 50%. And the slam by Blake Griffin.
Now that's finishing your work right there.
Powerful two-hand jam, you're right.
And I tell you what, if he's got a few more of those, this lead will start shrinking even further.
Biombo, he's checked in for DeAndre Jordan. And then for Philadelphia, Embiid, he's checked in for Okafor. Grant comes in for Robert Covington. And it's Tony Roten in for Kendall Marshall.
They're getting a bunch of their points outside of the paint. 3 of their last 5 buckets are from three-point range.
The defense is just not closing out quick enough.
And here's Griffin, following the three-pointer by Freak. Here's Redick. Here's Pierce. And yep, couple bounces and it falls. Pierce has got his second bucket of the night. 76ers have gone 8 of 8. What a hot start for them. Here's Freak. And again, it's Philadelphia.
Hard to believe you could have this kind of a flow. Unbelievable.
Talk about putting up points in a hurry. He can't miss right now.
Now here's Paul. 5 points in the game. Pierce with a screen for Paul. It's Redick on the wing. From outside, off the mark. Looking at Philadelphia, they took the win in their last game against Dallas.
Yeah, struggled to shoot the basketball in that game, but still found a way, if you will. I mean, they had to pick up the slack in a lot of other areas, and they did.
And, Greg, you know, not too many teams are going to win shooting that poorly from the floor. Well, I'd have to say it says a lot about them as a ball club to win with that poor shooting performance.
5-second differential between the shot clock and the game clock. And it's Freak missing. Clippers trail by 14. Pierce attacking. And the Clippers miss again. Freak with it. He gets it up. And the release was before. And Blake Griffin grew up playing the game alongside his older brother. His dad was his coach.
You know, watching him kind of go.
Well, talking about the Clippers. Griffin's checked in for Biombo. Pierce comes in for Jamal Crawford. And Wilcox is subbed in for J.J. Redick. Philadelphia also making some changes. Grant, he's checked in for Robert Covington. Freak comes in for Tony Rote. And Kendall Marshall subbed in for Jackson. So on the floor for Philadelphia, Grant at small forward with Noel at the 4. Kendall Marshall out there with Freak. And it's Okafor in at the 5, roaming the paint. And Sloan kicks to Wilcox. Here's the screen. Jordan the screen. Left side Pierce. And Jeremy Grant picks up the foul. That is his first foul of the game.
And now only one away from being in the penalties.
Yep, the next one puts them on the line, so they've got to be careful the rest of the way.
Paul's checked in for the Clippers. The 76ers also with a sub. Embiid's checked in. Stolen by Grant. And now the 76ers on the break. And Noel gets it to go on the assist by Grant. And now an 11-point Philadelphia lead. Los Angeles has gone 1 of 2 on three-pointers here in the second quarter so far. Paul dishes to Wilcox. Griffin passes to Paul. Here's Wilcox. Drills it from outside. Wilcox has got his first 3 points of the game.
That's the kind of D that you're not going to find success with, guys. They've got to get a hand in the face.
Now let's go to Doris Burke. Doris?
Well, Kev, Freak in the last matchup against the Mavericks did not have a great showing. He had 6 points and added a couple of rebounds with that. One thing that's a bit disturbing for him right now is the fact that it's been a string of games like this together. His numbers are down, and we'll see if he can buck the trend in this one, guys.
Okay, Doris, thanks for the report. Guys, do you think we'll see a better game here tonight?
I hope so. I mean, for his sake. And I think we will. I mean, he's a tough player. That won't bring him down. It'll only fuel his fire.
You can count on it. I mean, that's what I think. Coming off a game like that will make him work all that much harder today.
It's close, but, didn't get on balance quick enough.
Yeah, and as quick as players are at this level, in this day and age, I mean, you've got to be perfect in your anticipation to draw the charge.
Yeah, in this quarter, they've had the right approach, driving and drawing, initiating contact, create opportunities, get to the line.
Yeah, I like everything you said there, because when all else fails, if you can get to the stripe, that's really a good way to change the momentum in the game, because you get points and you also slow down the opponent because the game isn't going up and down as much.
There's the pick. Wilcox kicks to Griffin. Jordan the screen. Feeds it to Wilcox. And that one comes up a bit short.
Well, I think he kind of alligator armed that one, short stroked it. After doing a nice job to get open, he didn't finish the shot.
And that one's good. Freak.
He shot the ball exceptionally well as they've built this lead for themselves here.
Paul kicks to Jordan. Pick by Griffin. Paul with the ball. Guarded now by Marshall. Got freed up. Nice work off the pick. 9 points for Blake Griffin.
Perfect screen there. Set him up with a terrific look.
Yeah, I like the fact that the setup was good, the screen was solid, but you also have to look at the fact that the defender didn't do his job as well as he could have.
2-second difference between shot clock and game clock. It's deflected and taken away by Paul. And that one's good. Paul's got it back down to single digits for the Clippers.
Even though there's a height disadvantage, he's still able to go up and over his man.
Well, he's fearless. I mean, there's nothing that concerns him. No matter what the matchup is, he's a guy that does.
And now the third quarter about to get going. You look at Freak in this game, he has been everywhere.
Yeah, he was in attack mode from the word go. Came out very aggressively in that first half.
Take a look at his shot chart. It looks like the ink spilled right at the rim. No reason for him to settle for anything less.
Inside, it's Griffin and Jordan. Paul and Crawford pair up at the 1 and 2. And it's Pierce in at the small forward position. That's the 5 to begin the second half for Doc Rivers. The 17-footer, and that one's good. Freak. Freak's got 36.
And he has just been in a flow offensively. Terrific game. He has been the X factor.
Crawford kicks to Griffin. And he makes no mistake on the slam dunk.
My goodness, he sure can get off the ground.
One of the best in the business for sure. You're right.
I tell you what, he is an imposing finisher around the rim. He makes it look a little too easy. All right, a chance to see stats for Paul. Last season, he played outstanding. 5th for free throw shooting, 6th in assists, and of course, he's got a nose for the ball. He ranked in the top 10 in steals last season.
And yeah, he was money, absolute cash from the charity stripe. A tremendous asset.
Clippers trail by 8. Kicks it to Crawford. A little over a minute gone here in the second half. There's the pick. Back to Paul. Lets it go with the 3. And again, Los Angeles with the triple.
Timely passing leads to assists, and that's been the recipe for success.
Everybody on the same page, completely in sync. Tremendous communication and awareness.
And it's Freak missing.
There was just enough defensive pressure to get him off balance and cause that shot to go awry. That was not a simple rebound. He made it look easy, but he did a good job embodying up his man.
Move the ball. Now the pass to Marshall. Now Okafor, and lots of contact there. Missing the shot, he'll shoot 2. It's going to be on DeAndre Jordan. Philadelphia shooting their 7th and 8th attempts at the foul line tonight.
And looking at last season's numbers, down below 70%.
Clippers also changing it up. Jordan, he's checked in for Griffin. Pierce comes in for Jamal Crawford. And Donald Sloan subbed in for Paul. And Philadelphia will go for a different look here. Joel Embiid, he's checked in for Okafor. Nerlens Noel comes in for Carl Landry. Freak's checked in for Tony Roten. And it's Marshall in for Jackson. 1:02 left in the third. And the Clippers